Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your bank account, earning more than you did 3 years ago, yet somehow feeling poorer than ever. That quiet anxiety isn't just you. Across cities, countries, and income levels, millions of people who technically make decent money still feel financially suffocated. Today, we're breaking down why everyone feels broke in 2026, and more importantly, how to escape the trap before another decade slips away. The strange part is that incomes actually rose for many people after the pandemic years. Promotions happened, side hustles exploded, remote jobs opened global opportunities, and yet the collective financial stress only intensified. The reason is simple but uncomfortable. Our expenses evolved faster than our expectations, and our expectations evolved faster than our paychecks. Most people upgraded their lifestyle quietly, without realizing the psychological contract they just signed. Think about your life 5 years ago. Maybe you lived with roommates, drove an older car, cooked at home, and rarely questioned small expenses. Then slowly things changed. You moved somewhere nicer, upgraded devices, added subscriptions, ordered food more often, traveled more, justified conveniences because you were working harder. None of those decisions felt reckless individually, but stacked together, they permanently raised the cost of your normal life. Here's the first uncomfortable truth. Feeling broke in 2026 is less about inflation itself and more about lifestyle inflation disguised as progress. Inflation pushed prices higher, yes, but many people simultaneously increased their baseline spending. So every raise simply maintained comfort instead of building freedom. Money came in faster, but it left even faster. And the world around you quietly encourages this cycle. Social media now functions as a highlight reel of consumption. Friends post vacations, restaurants, renovated homes, new cars, perfect work setups. Even financially responsible people feel subconscious pressure to keep up. You don't need luxury to feel poor. You just need constant comparison. But comparison alone isn't the full story. The real shift happened in how modern work feels. Many people no longer see their job as secure or permanent. AI headlines predict disruption. Layoffs trend on every platform. Industries transform overnight. When income feels fragile, spending feels dangerous, even if your salary looks good on paper. Financial anxiety becomes constant background noise. Then comes the invisible killer: subscription living. In 2026, people rarely buy things once. Instead, they subscribe forever. Streaming, software, cloud storage, food delivery perks, gym memberships, productivity tools, entertainment passes, premium apps. Each one feels small, but collectively they drain hundreds monthly. Because payments are automatic, the pain is invisible. So spending feels harmless until cash flow disappears. Now let's talk housing, because this is where financial pressure truly explodes. Rent and mortgage costs climbed faster than wages in many cities, forcing people to spend enormous portions of income simply securing shelter. Even high earners feel trapped when housing consumes half their paycheck. Saving becomes optional, investing feels impossible, and long-term planning gets postponed indefinitely. Another overlooked factor is delayed milestones. Previous generations reached financial stability earlier. Homes, savings, career progression, and family planning happened sooner. Today, many people spend longer studying, switching careers, or rebuilding after disruptions. So by their 30s, they're still catching up instead of compounding wealth, which creates the feeling of always being behind. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Feeling broke isn't only financial, it's psychological exhaustion from constantly optimizing survival. Comparing insurance plans, budgeting groceries, managing debt payments, worrying about markets, Chasing promotions, calculating side incomes. Money occupies mental bandwidth daily. Even if numbers improve, the stress pattern remains, making people feel trapped regardless of actual progress. So if everyone feels broke, what separates those who quietly escape the cycle? Surprisingly, it's not extreme income or perfect investing timing. It's understanding that freedom grows from margin, not earnings. Margin is the gap between what you earn and what your life demands. Most people chase higher income without protecting margin, so progress never feels real. Here's a powerful idea. Instead of upgrading lifestyle with every raise, lock your living costs for a few years. Let income rise while expenses stay stable. That gap becomes your freedom fund. It buys investments, flexibility, career choices, and mental relief. This strategy feels boring compared to flashy success stories, but it quietly builds independence. Another overlooked escape route is redefining what success looks like. Many people pursue upgrades that don't actually improve daily happiness. Bigger homes increase cleaning and commuting. Expensive cars increase stress about maintenance. Trendy spending often replaces time, not enhances life. Real wealth often comes from buying back time and reducing obligations rather than displaying achievements. Let's add another layer. Technology created endless convenience, but convenience often replaces skill and awareness. People order food instead of cooking, hire services instead of learning basics, finance purchases instead of saving. These choices save effort short term, but permanently increase monthly costs. Learning small life skills quietly protects financial stability more than people realize. Now consider debt psychology. Modern debt feels normal because everyone carries some. Credit cards, buy, now pay later plans, personal loans, car finance, education loans. Individually manageable, collectively suffocating. Minimum payments hide true burden, making people believe they're progressing, while interest quietly steals future income. Escaping debt frees emotional space as much as financial capacity. Here's something hopeful though. The same systems creating pressure also offer opportunity. Remote work allows relocation to cheaper areas. Online education enables career pivots without traditional costs. Investing platforms democratize wealth building. Side businesses can start with laptops. The tools for escape exist, but they require intention instead of autopilot consumption. So how do you personally stop feeling broke? Starting now? Step 1 is brutal honesty. Calculate your real monthly spending, including invisible subscriptions and irregular costs. Most people underestimate spending by 20% or more. Awareness alone often reveals immediate changes without sacrificing happiness. Step 2 is building a buffer. Aim first for 1 month of expenses saved, then 3, then 6. This cushion transforms how work feels. Suddenly, quitting toxic jobs or negotiating opportunities becomes realistic. Confidence increases because survival no longer depends entirely on next paycheck timing. Step 3 involves investing automatically, even with small amounts. Automation removes emotional decisions. Money invested before you see it becomes normal quickly. Over time, compounding quietly replaces financial fear with momentum. Progress feels slow initially, but consistency beats perfect timing. Step 4 might surprise you. Audit your environment. If friends constantly spend beyond means, pressure becomes unavoidable. Surrounding yourself with people who value growth over display makes disciplined choices easier. Financial habits spread socially, just like lifestyle habits. And finally, remember this: nobody feels financially secure overnight. Even wealthy individuals worry about losing status or income. Security comes from building systems that protect you during uncertainty, not from chasing endless upgrades. Freedom is gradual, constructed quietly through consistent decisions, not dramatic wins. So when headlines scream about economic chaos or social media convinces you everyone else is thriving, pause. Many people around you feel the same hidden pressure, but awareness gives you advantage. By resisting automatic upgrades, protecting margin, and investing consistently, you step off the treadmill most never escape. One day you'll wake up, check your accounts, and notice something different. Expenses feel manageable. Savings grow automatically. Work becomes optional rather than mandatory, and that constant background fear finally goes quiet. That's when you realize you're no longer just earning money. You're building freedom, and in 2026, that makes you richer than most people chasing appearances. Let's dig deeper into a subtle force shaping modern finances: algorithmic spending. Every platform you use is optimized to keep you consuming. Online stores remember preferences. Food apps send timed discounts. Travel sites trigger urgency with countdowns. None of this feels aggressive, yet over months, these nudges guide countless small purchases. Individually trivial, together they redirect thousands away from savings and toward impulse convenience. Another reason people feel broke is that many expenses now hide inside digital ecosystems. When everything is cashless, spending loses emotional friction. Handing over physical money once created hesitation, but tapping a phone feels painless. Without noticing, people detach spending from effort, even though every purchase still represents hours of their life traded for income. There's also the health factor rarely discussed in financial conversations. Stress, poor sleep, and sedentary work habits lead to medical costs, missed opportunities, and reduced performance. Ironically, chasing money while ignoring health often creates expenses later that erase financial gains. Protecting physical and mental well-being isn't just lifestyle advice, it's a long-term wealth strategy. Consider how entertainment changed too. Free time now competes with endless digital distraction. Hours disappear scrolling instead of developing skills or planning finances. People feel busy, yet financially stagnant, because attention gets consumed rather than invested. Reclaiming even a few weekly hours for growth compounds more powerfully than many investment decisions. Let's talk investing myths for a moment. Many beginners believe they need perfect stock picks or insider knowledge to succeed. This belief delays action. Meanwhile, simple diversified investing quietly outperforms emotional trading for most people. Waiting for certainty costs more than starting imperfectly and learning along the way. Geography also plays a bigger role than people admit. Remote work created opportunities to earn big city salaries while living in lower-cost regions. Those who embraced geographic flexibility often accelerated savings dramatically, yet many remain trapped in expensive areas out of habit or fear, even when relocation could instantly improve financial breathing room. Another overlooked leak comes from micro-luxuries that feel deserved after stressful days. Premium coffees, convenience meals, impulse online purchases, constant ride shares. None of these ruin finances alone, but when they become daily coping mechanisms, they quietly replace long-term progress. Recognizing emotional spending patterns is often more important than strict budgeting. And here's a forward-looking perspective. The economy will always feel uncertain. New technologies will disrupt jobs. Markets will fluctuate. Headlines will scare people. Waiting for perfect conditions before taking control guarantees permanent delay. Those who build resilience during uncertainty benefit most when stability eventually returns. So imagine yourself 5 years from now. Two paths exist. In the first, income rose slightly, expenses rose faster, and financial stress remained unchanged. In the second, you protected margin, invested consistently, learned essential skills, and built flexibility. Income growth then multiplied freedom instead of maintaining survival. The difference begins with choices made quietly today. Before we wrap up, remember this final idea. Money problems rarely come from one catastrophic mistake. They usually emerge from thousands of tiny unconscious decisions. The solution works the same way. Small, consistent improvements compound into massive, long-term change. You don't need dramatic transformation overnight. You need steady, intentional progress. Choose intentional money habits today. Protect margin, invest consistently, ignore comparison, and your future self will thank you with freedom, resilience, and lasting confidence worldwide, everywhere, always.